All right, guys, welcome back to the Center for Stingray Biology. I know this is a long-awaited episode, and I want to thank the new 1,000 subscribers that jumped over from predatory fins onto my channel, giving me that boost to make this video happen. And if you guys don't know, I am Kevin from the Center for Stingray Biology. You guys may know me as Fajai over there, but I prefer to be called Stingray Samurai over here. So I know you guys have watched my video, it's been like almost 2 months, right, John? Since that last video. Yeah. And there wasn't really much going on, but now we're done bringing back all my rays, okay? I even had a few pieces at my mom's house that I brought back this morning. So everything is back. There's nothing left out there. It's all here now. Sad to say it's not as much as what I had before, but I am glad that I have what I have here. So we're gonna go take a look at this first tank here. I got food ready. So this is gonna be kind of like a feeding update video, all right? If you guys remember, these are the albino Bosemani hets. That is the famous mustache with the really big white spots. And we have more albino Bose hets and some of my own hybrid creations. So we're gonna just throw a little food in here and let you guys see how the rays are doing. Let's give them fish. Let's give them fish. Okay, they're getting excited here. They're getting excited. As you guys know, I always like my fish to respond to me when they see me so that they eat well and I know that they're healthy. Let's see if I get that response. Come on, guys. All right, not bad. Normally I do this with the lights off because we're trying to save money on electricity, but a hungry animal will eat. If you guys remember a few videos back, that girl on top right there, she wasn't eating and I had separated her into the cage. Now I know a few people in the comments have asked how she's doing, and I bet even some people suspect I stopped filming it because they thought I lost it. But there she is right there, doing really well and very aggressive on the food, okay? So it's just, I haven't had time. Honestly, I haven't had time to put up the videos, but there it is, okay? She's right there. But what did happen was my albino black diamond male started going off feeding. So now I got him in the cage and he's actually come around now. So we're gonna give a few pieces. I'm not gonna overdo it, but you can see he's pretty excited too. So we're gonna just drop a few pieces and let's see if he comes around. I know he'll eat because he's circling all over the place looking for it. And the guys down there are already finished and they're waiting for more. But the one thing I definitely don't do is I do not ever overfeed my fish, okay? I always want them to be a little bit hungry. There he goes. So that's what's going on here, but I think I do need to give them a little bit more so that they don't tear each other up. Just give them one more handful. Now, if that's not a healthy ray, I don't know what is. All right, we're gonna put this cover back on because it's quite cold over here in New York, and I've learned a lot about keeping these tanks insulated. We've tried all different things. I've tried using tarps, covering it to prevent heat from getting out, but it became too much of a pain in the butt because the condensation was always building over it, and I always had to ask Oi's help, and she hated the water all over the place. So now I just went with these foam covers. Let's see, come on guys. There we go. Now watch, when the big spot gets a whiff of it, he's gonna come right over. He smells it from that way because the current comes from that side through these holes. So he's smelling the smell of the fish from that side. He doesn't realize it's right behind him. Let me throw a little bit more. And let me tell you guys, another reason why I don't like to overfeed is I hate to clean up after them. It is a pain to go in there after they chewed it up all into bits, right? Because when it comes down to breeding stingrays, water quality management is #1. That's the top priority. More so than keeping them well fed. Because if the water's not good, they're not gonna eat well. So it's a balance. All right? So I think these guys are doing good. I might have thrown a little bit too much food in there, so I probably will have to come back and eat my own words and clean that tank. So let's go to the back and let's show you some of the new rays that we just brought back. Now, I suspect their feeding response is gonna be a little bit slower because they only just came back like a few days ago. Oh, I thought I stepped on dog poop. This time my foot was sliding on this. Thank goodness. All right, watch your back.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so let's go back there. I'll see you over there, okay?
Oh, you're gonna say hi?
All right.
Just because it's your channel, you don't say hi? All right, I got you.
He's got enough limelight over there, okay? So, but trust me, he always jumps in. He always.
We're done.
See, he always finds a way to steal attention. Get yourself a new Fagi. I'm Stingray Samurai today. So here we are. These are some of the rays that I brought back from Michigan. That is a little albino Bosemani het. That is an albino black diamond hybrid. Okay, now this one right here, this dark one right there, and that bigger one right there are two rays that I just brought back from my mom's place this morning actually. And these are the snow leopards cross piebald. So the goal is when they breed, see what I told you guys? See, I know this man really, really well.
Why couldn't I just watch it?
No, you can watch.
I didn't say anything.
All right, guys, you see, he pushes me to start up the channel, and here I am in the middle of filming.
You get me a vinyl bag, I'll eat this.
You heard that. You heard that. Don't let him put that down.
I'll eat it, bro.
I apologize for that interruption, that rude interruption. But see, here he comes again. Oh, he's gonna.
I'm a man on my word.
Okay, what can you? I told you it's nasty. But I did it. Okay. You spit it out though.
Oh my God.
I don't even do that on my own channel, okay? So you're welcome.
All right, thank you. Thank you for the entertainment. Okay, I completely lost my flow. So we're just gonna give them some food, okay? Maybe they'll like it more than Rod. What I'm gonna explain to you here today is if we're trying to get fish to start eating again, we just put in a little bit and see what their response is. And if they have interest, then that's a good sign. Typically is, see that little guy ate because he was here already. This one's new today. And let's see what happens. See, he just came in. He realizes it's food, but he's probably just not up to it. He's gonna swim away, right? So we're gonna keep an eye on that one and see. Each time that I feed, I'm gonna see what happens. Does he show more interest in the food? Should I switch up and try a different food? And just step by step and figure out what it takes to get him eating again, okay? Now, see that guy's eating it? I gotta throw some over here because not everyone is trained to come to me yet. So I kinda have to go to them with the food. And again, I'm trying to avoid as much cleanup as possible. So I'm just gonna throw in a few sprinkles here and there. And then we're just gonna move on and I'm gonna come back and see how much of it was gone. See this, okay, see this guy, he's gonna eat it all. Oh, look. She's jumped all over it. So that's a good sign. So now that he did that, or she did that, oh, it's a he, I'm gonna give him a little bit more. And that's it. I'm gonna stop right there because now I know he's interested. He took in a little bit of food. Next time he's gonna eat more. And then he's gonna learn. He wants to eat, you better eat now or you're not gonna eat until tomorrow. Right, now let's come down here. These guys, they've been here for a little bit, so I know they eat. I'm gonna just pick out size appropriate food because if it's too big, they're gonna chew it up and make a mess. So I always like to gauge the food size according to the size of the ray and how big their mouths are. And as long as they can take it all in, there should be no reason for them to chew it up other than if they're not feeling well. Oh, come on, you're going right by it. There we go. All right. There we go. All right, and that's it. Now you see, while our attention was down there, they kind of cleaned up what I put there, but I'm willing to bet it's that no-tail one that ate it all. Let's move on. Okay, what we have up here, these came back from Michigan. These are hybrid Galaxy P14s. And these other ones are golden albino hets. So which means when they breed, they will produce albino babies. Okay, so I'm gonna give them the smaller pieces because they are the smaller rays. And the same rule applies. I'm just gonna throw a little bit to where they are and let them come out and find it. While that's going on, I think these guys might sense that it's feeding time. And again, I haven't gotten these guys 100% yet, but let's hope today they do better, because every day I do the same thing. I just put a little bit, and we just want to get them started. So these three over here look like they're good. And we're gonna jump to these two over here, which hasn't shown any interest yet. So we're gonna toss some food over by them and see if they come out. I'm very good at tossing the food right in front of them. It's like years of experience. It's a whole calculation with the pump, the water flow, where to toss it, and the drift. It's crazy, man. It's an art form. All right. Here, we have a couple of more of the albino golden hets. And then these pearls here with these unique line pattern are the ones that will create the Lucy, or the platinum stingray that's all white with the black eyes. So that's kind of the goal of me getting these as a breeding stock, because who wouldn't want to breed a all white ray? I already have a name for it. I'm gonna name it Casper. We just have to get the breeding program going here. What should I feed them? Let me give them the shrimp. I always like shrimp because it's a little bit cleaner in my opinion. When they chew it up and not want to eat it, it kind of still stays at one piece. Whereas if I give fish and they chew it up, it becomes all this fragmented bits and pieces that becomes a nightmare to clean up.
That's cool.
Yeah, the contrast, the dark, the white. The white spots are so bright. It kind of just makes the ray pop. You know, people kind of like downplay brown rays, but with that white center, it's like a pearl, like just shining through really nicely.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Okay, now we're gonna get some fish down here. These are piebald pearls and also a line pearl. So piebald is an animal that has white patches on the body. So we got a male and female here, and the beauty of it is the white. So we're trying to breed animals that have higher percentage white. And that's another one of the line pearls that can make the Lucy or the platinum ray. Let's give a little bit more. Come on, guys. All right. I do appreciate everybody being so patient with me. There's a lot of things going on here with the move. You guys know how stressful that is, and dealing with Rod is like an everyday job and just no time for anything. You know how it is. Okay, so we got our fiberglass tubs here. Some of these rays are new and some of these rays have been here for a little bit. And slow down the pump a little bit so you guys can see what's going on. All right, these are some of the rays that I brought back from Pennsylvania. These are the rays that Carlos was holding for me. So they're settled in now. Part of the settling in process was getting the tank to cycle to the bioload of the new rays. And that also takes time. So even though the tank's been running for a long time, whenever you introduce new rays or a much heavier bioload, your filter has to go through what's called a mini cycle, okay? So during that mini cycle, ammonia can spike and the rays can be off, but that's past now and the rays are doing much better. If you guys remember that one right there, he's a little bit skittish, but I think he'll eat. This was that golden danoid. She's shy because I never feed with the cover open. I usually just crack it open, throw the food, and walk away. So she's probably not liking the light up ahead. Okay, but that is the bigger one right there is a black diamond. This one over here is a super white cross black diamond, as well as this one and the one kind of back there. If you can see it from an angle, a little bit tough, right? The goal is to bring Mustache over from the front to breed with these guys and breed something with just amazing huge spots, which is the goal.
This one is
It's nice, right?
yeah.
The contrast of it, the way it pops, it's selected for its pattern. You see there's a kind of uniformity to it, right? Symmetricalness to it. And that's where you kind of see the beauty. Some people who, when they don't know how to look at a ray, but oh, that is nice, but they can't like put the words to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it is. Whereas you look at this one, it's a big mess. It's a beautiful ray, great color, but it's more messy. Now, if you come back to this one, it's kind of uniform. If you cut it right down the middle from head to tail and fold it over, do you see it? Do you see the symmetry?
Yes.
You see it, right?
Sort of like this.
You chop it right down the middle and fold it over. It's like, what do they do that in school? Is it, remember like you make those butterflies in school where you paint it and you
Yeah,
fold it over and flip
cut
it? Exactly.
That's like that.
Rays have that symmetry. Look at that one. That one has the same symmetry.
It really does. That's insane.
And sometimes people just don't realize it, you know? But that's what's catching your eye about it. So we're jumping over to this other tank here. Now, this tank are rays that we just brought back from Michigan. And there's already some breeding activity. If you see this guy right here, John, look right by the eyes. You see there's the skin, the white. So some males are chewing on them. And you see this one right here at the front of the disc, it has chewing marks on it. If you guys recall on Rod's channel, when we were picking these up, the males were in those floating cages. Well, that's why. Because they wanted to mate, but the females weren't being receptive. So that's why we have our cages. It's just that me just bringing them back, I haven't had time to get all my cages ready. But now that I see that this is happening, if I see the damage to continue, if I see that damage continuing to get worse, I'm gonna start making the cages. Because when we have a lot more space here and the females can kind of get away, so I don't want to cage them if I don't need to, right? But we'll just keep an eye on it. But as from what I see, every single female's got it. He's got it right there and on the same spots. So one of these males like to chew by the spiracle of the ray. So let's dump some food in there. So we're ready. I'm gonna give shrimp because I don't feel like cleaning up. We're just gonna toss a little bit right there. Let's see, anyone wanna challenge me? Which ray? Let's go for...
I should go for a far one. Go for
that one. Now there's no water flow, and if she moves, it's a different story, but had the flow been going, it would have landed right on her. All right, let's give these guys some. Let's give this a... So we're just gonna wait, let it drop down, let them realize that they got some food going on here. That male's responding nicely. Now, if I see that these females are not gonna eat, it means that the male is stressing them. And the one that's really eating is that one with the lines right there. So chances are, he's the culprit. So if I'm gonna cage somebody, I probably will cage him. And then after I cage him, if I still see something happening, then it's the other male also. But I kind of see the other male shying away, so I really don't think it's him. So while talking to you, I didn't see who was eating and who was not. And this is important, to pay attention to who is eating and who is not, because you want to catch problems as early as possible, especially with rays, because once they get chewed up or they get hurt, they can pick up a bacterial infection. All kinds of things can go wrong fairly quickly. So I think she's eating. I think she's eating. I don't think this one is eating just yet. Now, this tank is going through that mini cycle, like what I told you about the first tub, because these rays just went in here about a week ago, all right? Has it been a week yet?
Yeah, almost.
Almost, right?
Almost
Yeah, time goes by so fast. So I'm gonna probably have to do a big water change to help bring the ammonia down.
Oh, he ate a little bit.
Okay. Let's see, this guy came over. But more or less, everything that I put in kind of disappeared, right? So that's a good sign. I'll probably come back and do a little bit of cleaning up later. But that's all I'm gonna feed them because it's going through that mini cycle. I don't want the ammonia to get like really out of control. All right, guys, so this is the last tub of rays that I have here. And how can I say this? The amount of rays that I have here now is not quite like what I had before. It is a little bit disappointing because I used to have so many rays and I knew every single fish, and just feel like a part of me is missing. But again, I am grateful to have what I have left. And these guys are definitely very hungry. You see, they're all sitting here waiting to be fed. Chances are, if I'm gonna get any babies out of this facility first, it's gonna be from this tank, I believe. And here we go. More. What I have here are a mix of different hybrids, marbled hybrids, albino hybrids, and this is where I'm just focusing on breeding something different and special, right? There's so many rays out there now, and a lot of my programs have kind of fallen apart, so I'm gonna have to restructure everything that I'm doing here and just really focus on the things that I really want to produce, you know, because I am limited in space now because I got to share half this place with that guy over there. He's kind of taking over my big tanks. He's gonna have to get a bigger place probably eventually. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. I know a lot of people look to me for information on how to care for rays, how to breed rays. I think I've dropped a lot of knowledge in this video, and we're gonna keep it coming as best I can. All right, so once again, I wanna thank all the new subscribers that joined, and I wanna thank all the old subscribers for being there, patient with me, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. So I got some leftover food here, and I'm gonna dump it into Rod's garbage can of a tank. Well, whenever I have unfinished food, this is where it goes. And they go nuts. All right, see you guys next time.